Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well today. Today I want to discuss an update concerning the 2017 death of kenneka Jenkins. kenneka Jenkins was 19 years old and in 2017 she went to a hotel party with friends and she was never uh I'm not gonna say she was never heard of again. I'm gonna say she left the party and she didn't leave the hotel alive. So just to give you guys a recap, I'm sure you guys are really familiar with the 2017 mysterious death and all the things surrounding the kenneka Jenkins case. It was all over social media. There were whole sectors on YouTube concerning doing content only about kenneka Jenkins. So on the night of September 8th, I believe, 2017, kenneka and three of her friends, Bree, Shamaya, and Monifa, decided to go to a hotel party. The hotel party was surrounding one of the other friends' birthday by the name of Irene. It took them 30 minutes to get there, but they showed up to the hotel. 30 minutes into them getting to the party, kenneka texted her friend, Shamaya, letting her know that she was ready to go. Now, we don't know, we will never know exactly why kenneka was ready to go 30 minutes um after returning, being in the party. Sorry about that. But for whatever reason she was ready to go. Now there is a lot of video footage surrounding the party. A lot of Facebook video footage was released from some of the people at the party. Of course the video footage of um the hotel. Some of that footage, a lot of that footage was released. It was online being dissected. There was a lot going on in 2017. Surrounding this case, it took social media by storm. The events of the night were so mysterious. I think that everybody really wanted to know what happened to this 19-year-old girl. And so, like I said, kenneka was her and her friends went to um this party at the Rosemont Hotel. While kenneka was at the hotel, of course, they're drinking, playing music, having fun. The hotel security comes up to the room a couple of times. This is via the friend's statement. And they were afraid that they were going to get put out. It was two rooms to the party, by the way. This is one side of the room of the party. This is the other side of the room of the party. kenneka is clearly in this hotel room. In one of the videos, it shows kenneka and her friend Monifa in the bathroom. While in the bathroom, a video showed Monifa pouring her friend a drink. Now it is we know via the autopsy report that kenneka Jenkins, they found a alcohol and a drug in her system. It was an epilepsy drug. kenneka Jenkins did not have epilepsy. Her family could not figure out why this drug and friends would be in her system. They said she didn't even like to, take any kind of medication at all. So my theory, there are a lot of, like I said, there are a lot of theories surrounding this. I just want to share my theory surrounding this. That is the reason why I have this photo up here. In this video right here, it shows kenneka and her friend Monifa in the hotel, in one of the hotel bathrooms. And also in this video, it shows Monifa pouring kenneka a drink. Now, I figured, in my opinion, and my theory is that while Monifa is pouring kenneka this drink, kenneka is not paying attention to what's going into her cup, simply because Monica is supposed to be her friend. It said that Monica had known kenneka since the third grade. At this point in time, unfortunately, I feel like Monifa is the one that drugged kenneka. This is my theory. This is only my opinion. I'm giving you guys what I think about of the night surrounding the event, because I've been down this rabbit hole many times, right? So, like I said, I feel like Monifa is the one that drugged kenneka. It was later found out that a lot of the people in the community said that they felt like Monifa was actually a frenemy concern when it comes to kenneka. She had always been in kenneka's shadows. This is a picture of Shamaya, the girl in the blonde. is pictured with Monica. She is Kanika. She is one of the girls that were at the party. So I felt like it was Monica that had to have been the one that drugged her, because we know that when we go to parties, we, especially us females, but everybody know to watch your cup. You don't never know. You don't, when you set your cup down, you leave that cup and you get yourself another drink. This is the friend Irene. It was her birthday party. Irene actually posted a video on, I think they either said Snapchat or Facebook, of the party. And in this video, um uh, Irene pans to one side of her, and Kanika is clearly intoxicated, or drugged, or clearly inebriated. So she falls on the bed behind Irene. I don't know why Irene filmed that. My belief is she filmed it because she was wanting to embarrass the girl, and so after that, Shamaya and Monifa decide that it is finally time to go, even after Kanika had texted Shamaya 30 minutes, like I said, into the party, stating that she wanted to go. Clearly, she felt uncomfortable. I don't know why, Shamaya, responded to this, and she didn't respond to the text until, like, I think they said an hour later. Don't know why she texted what she texted, but for whatever reason she did. So they decided to pick Kanika up off the bed, sit her out in the hallway. While they're out in the hallway, Kanika goes, asks them, they said that Kanika asked them to go back in the room and get her phone, because Irene still had her phone, playing music on her phone. They said when they returned, Kanika was gone. She was no longer in the hallway. So my question was, how long did they leave her in the hallway? It had to be, she's clearly inebriated by this time, because she was laid out on the bed, clearly intoxicated. She was out of it. So how long were they in the hotel room, and how long did it take them, after they came out of the hotel room, to realize that, hey, Kanika's missing, we might need to go look for her, right? So after, they say, after they returned into the hall, they noticed Kanika was gone. They went back in the room. They told a couple of the friends that were there that Kanika was missing. And so they immediately start searching the hotel for Kanika. So the hotel surveillance shows Kanika walking through the halls, clearly inebriated. She's stumbling all over the place. She's bumping up against walls. She's clearly out of it. My theory on that is that Kanika knew that, she had been drugged, and she was trying to get somewhere safe. I think that she was trying to, leave the hotel, and when you're, but she felt like she knew, even if you're drugged, you know that something has gone wrong with you, and you want to get help, you want to flee the situation. So in my opinion, that is why she got up and left the hall area. That is also um the reason why I believe she asked the girls to go back into the room to get the phone, because she knew that probably Monica is the only one that could have drugged her. This is my theory. These are only my opinions. We know that there has never been anyone arrested concerning the death of kenneka Jenkins. There was a police investigation, as well as a social media investigation. Like, it was, there are thousands of videos concerning Kanika in this case. And I also found out, while I was trying to find some photos for this video, that there is even talk of this case on TikTok. Now, around 2017, I don't think there even was a TikTok, but even to this day, 6 years later, they are still talking about this. So after they realized that Kanika was gone, like I said, the friends they said they went searching the hotel for Kanika. There is video footage of them searching the hallways for Kanika, and a couple of hours after they couldn't find her, is the girl stated they eventually called her mom. So they called the mom, Teresa Jenkins, and Teresa was asking a lot of questions. Teresa Jenkins called the police, asking them, what she should do. because her friends called and said that they cannot find her daughter. The police were no help at all. They told her to give it a little time. Eventually she'll turn up. She's probably in one of the rooms trying to sleep it off or whatever, right? So during uh the friends looking for kenneka, the video surveillance, the security video surveillance shows a lot of people still working in the building. One of the people still working in the building is this security guard. The police questioned this security guard. Um and at the time, I remember seeing a video. At the time, the police questioning this security guard, they asked him to roll up his sleeves. And when he rolled up his sleeves, I don't know why they asked him, but when he rolled up his sleeves in the video, he had scratches on his arm. It said that the police went back to question him a second time, and he thought that they couldn't find him. And people were theorizing that he may have fled to his home country for whatever reason, right? So, and for this reason, um, and he's not the only one working in the hotel at this time, but because he was questioned by the police and they showed scratches on his arm, this led me to my theory. I feel like there were a couple of things that happened to Kanika that night. I do feel like I said earlier, she was drugged by her so-called friend, Monifa. Um, I think that she was so inebriated that they picked her up off the bed and set her in the hall. And when they went back inside, her and Shamaya were discussing, what was going to happen from there. I think that Monifa set up this whole thing. I think that Monifa was trying to set her up, to be hurt or whatever, by some of the other guys that were at the party, even. But I feel like Kanika felt like something strange was going on, and that's why she got up and tried to flee. Like I said, they said when they came out the hotel room, she was gone. To me, in my opinion, she was trying to find safety. There's also, like I said, the hotel surveillance of the last time that Kenneka Jenkins was saw on camera. The last time Kenneka was saw on camera, she was in one of the kitchens that was said to be under construction. This kitchen does not look like it's under construction to me, but they said it was under construction. They said that she walked inside of the freezer, the door closed behind her. She was then locked in the freezer where she froze to death. So my thing is, the first thing I noticed when I saw this video surveillance, because the police recorded them getting her body out of the freezer. When they laid her on the gurney, after they removed her from the freezer, her body was laid flat out. And also they took photographs of the crime scene. And in the crime scene, though, her legs were behind her. She was disheveled. There was one shoe missing. Her shirt looked like it had been torn. It looked like her lip may have been swollen. Her jeans looked like they had been pulled up almost up around her waist, but they still weren't, properly, her clothes weren't in order. She was disheveled, right? So that led me to think that somebody saw her walking in the hall, perhaps the security guard. They led her to the freezer area where they assaulted her and left her there. Now I don't think the freezer was on at that point in time. Like I said, they said it was under construction. I think that that is where she was assaulted and left. I think that in the process of the assault, she was killed. I don't know if she was strangled or what happened, but she never walked out of that freezer. Um, I also feel like, oh, that there was a cover up, because it there during the police viewing of the reenactment of the video footage, there was a reenactment done, and they wanted the public to think that was authentic video surveillance of the events surrounding that night. Well, come to find out, it was actually a reenactment of events that night. So fast forward to and the public found out that it was a reenactment. To the Rosemont police then had to come back and say it was a reenactment. It was not actual video footage of Kenneka Jenkins in the hall. After that, um, you know, uh, you know, our social media investigators some kind of way got a hold to the actual video footage of her actually walking through the halls. A lot of the everybody, the security guards, the staff, there was all kind of video footage. I don't know if the video footage was paid for, or somebody from the hotel released it, but for whatever reason, the video footage was shortly after that, the actual video footage was released, like I said. During that time, Teresa Jenkins was speaking out to the public, asking for help, and to trying to figure out what happened to her daughter. And there was protesting going on. A lot of social justice warriors got involved with the case. There was just a lot of stuff going on surrounding that time. Teresa Jenkins at the time was also fighting breast cancer, and she was really wanting to find out, obviously, clearly, what happened to her daughter. So they find the body. They take the body to the morgue. While at the morgue, Teresa had to go identify the body. This is a photo of Teresa Jenkins, Kenneka's mom, and her sister running out of the door. They were clearly, just in shock. They were, I mean, they had. I can't imagine how they were feeling, but this is them. I realize the photo is grainy, but they're running out. Looked like they were screaming, in shock, and it was just so heartbreaking, to see this video footage. And so, because of the police not being able to find out exactly what happened to Kenneka Jenkins, because of there was a lot of talk on social media and in her community surrounding not only the death of Kenneka Jenkins, what may have actually happened to her, but there were a lot of speculations going around surrounding her friends. Because of this, Teresa got a hold to some lawyers, and Teresa Jenkins and her lawyers decided to sue the Rosemont Hotel, and they decided to sue them for negligence concerning the case. They sued the hotel for 50+ million dollars. So the update is that last week, there had been a settlement made in the mysterious death surrounding Kenneka Jenkins. The hotel 6 years later decides to settle with Teresa Jenkins. Like I said, she sued for negligence for 50+ million dollars. The amount that she received was not disclosed, so we don't know the actual amount um, of this settlement. Now, for me, I feel like some people feel like that justice have been served. Me and a lot of people do not feel like justice has been served, because nobody, none of her friends, no hotel staff, nobody has ever been brought to justice surrounding this case. And so there has still, in my opinion, justice not been served. Instead, her mama, got blood money instead of justice. And that is just my opinion. Because no amount of money can bring back her daughter. No amount of money can bring back their loved ones. That's why I called it blood money. So I guess, this is what she felt she had to do. And because the hotel settled with her, that also lets me know that they were negligent, because that is like admitting to their negligence. I also think that they know, what happened to her in that freezer. A lot of footage I don't believe has still ever been released. It looked like she was being led to that freezer, like, I mean, because like if she's stumbling in the hall, why is it that she's walking directly into the freezer, right? The excuse for that by the Rosemont Police Department was that she was fine to that she thought it was an exit door. I do not believe that. So also during this time, there was a YouTube content creator by the name of Zach Stoner. He has a YouTube channel. He is now deceased, but he had a YouTube channel by the name of Zach TV1, right? So he's a popular content creator. He had a lot of footage about, the goings on in Chicago. So he started interviewing a couple of the people that were involved in this case. This is a him interviewing Irene. It was Irene's party. He was questioning her as to, what she knew about the case. These are two of Kanika's close friends, Kella and Mike. It is said that now one or both of these guys are now deceased, as well as Zach Stoner. Um, he's after he started doing interviews and trying to find out, what actually happened to kenneka Jenkins. He did a video saying that he had found out what happened to kenneka Jenkins, but before he was ready to, share with the world what he thinks happened to kenneka Jenkins via his own investigation, he started getting threatening calls, anonymous calls from people telling him to leave the case alone. So, a year later, in July of 2018, Zach Stoner was gunned down in his car, and he was killed. They said that he was shot in the head. So, the police investigated the crime. These are the guys that they said that were involved in the death of Zach Stoner. But because of a technicality, a Chicago law. The law was called the Law of Mutual Combat. They said this is a antiquated law. Because of that, because these guys lawyers said that it was mutual combat because the police say they found a weapon underneath Zach's car, but we know that and also the investigation stated no shots were fired from his gun. I don't understand, and a lot of people don't understand how this law applied to this case. So these guys were released on via this law, the law of mutual combat. They let all five of these guys go. So nobody has been brought to justice in the death of Zach Stoner, just like nobody had been brought to justice surrounding the death of kenneka Jenkins. Not one of her friends have ever been they were questioned but released. Nobody arrest has never been made. There have been a lot of deaths, after the death of kenneka Jenkins, and a lot of people are saying that a lot of these deaths were surrounding this case because people was trying to hush people up about the case. We know that at the funeral, her close friends attended the funeral, but they were also, had time to release video footage of the funeral. This is her friend Bree. She was in the car. There were also a lot of Facebook messages, a lot of Facebook fighting, and social media fighting going back and forth, especially when it comes to Shamaya. Shamaya and Monifa. Um, it's just real disturbing, some of the Facebook messages that were found. But but like I said, in closing, I still don't feel that there has been any kind of justice when it comes to the mysterious death surrounding kenneka Jenkins. My theory is that whatever they had, Monifa and her friends had planned for kenneka, those plans were thwarted. But I think it was a couple of things going on concerning the mysterious death. And I also think that it was, it the whole. I think that people like myself, we have been down the rabbit hole for years about this because there is something really eerie that happened here. It's something sinister. It's something absolutely evil, in my opinion, surrounding the death of the 19-year-old kenneka Jenkins. So I just wanted to give you guys this update. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe this to my channel. Share the video, like I said, like the video. And also, if you have any theories surrounding this case, let me know in the comment section what you think or thought about the mysterious death of kenneka Jenkins. I still go down the rabbit hole 6 years later. Not only me, but a lot of us still go around down the rabbit hole because we still, even 6 years later, want to have some resolution. We want to, finally, and I'm sure her mom and her family does want people to be brought to justice. Whoever it is that did these sinister acts to kenneka Jenkins, we would like for them to be brought to justice. So it's forever J4K for me, as well as a whole lot of people. I'm gonna go, you guys. Thanks for viewing my video. You guys have a nice day. Talk to you guys later. Bye bye. Peace.